Good afternoon. My name is Shefali Razdan Duggal, the United States Ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Thank you all for joining the kickoff meeting of the Women's Mentorship Network 2023. We are here to celebrate your incredible achievements as women leaders, either established or emerging, and to learn from one another. Before we begin, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the residents and mission staff who have worked and are working so incredibly hard to make this event perfectly seamless and enjoyable. Thank you, team. I am truly elated to be with so many inspiring women this afternoon. I am thrilled to co-lead the Women's Mentorship Network this year, along with my friend and co-host, Pascal Grottenhaus, Director of Social Development and the Dutch Ambassador for Women's Rights and Gender Equality, and the soon-to-be Director General of International Cooperation at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Women's empowerment is so very close to my heart, and it is the reason I became an international gender champion soon after I arrived in the Netherlands 7 months ago. Promoting the God-given rights and empowerment of women and girls is a long-standing cornerstone of United States foreign policy. Gender equality is a foundational component in promoting free and fair democracies, inclusive economic growth, and international peace and stability. Gender equality is also, at the very core, a human rights issue. As Hillary Rodham Clinton so astutely shared at the United Nations 4th World Conference of Women on September 5th, 1995, when she was First Lady of the United States, women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights. And this evergreen truth is as true today as it was then, as it was from the beginning of time, and as it will be well into the future. I am infinitely confident this view and commitment is one that we all share. Recognizing that women, particularly women from underrepresented socioeconomic and ethnic communities, occupy significantly fewer leadership roles than their male counterparts across all professional sectors within the United States and the Netherlands, the Women's Mentorship Network was created last year by the public diplomacy team at the United States Embassy, The Hague, and with the co-leadership of Pascal Grottenhaus. It is one way to provide young women at the start of their careers with a platform for meaningful engagement with accomplished, caring, and established career women. To the mentors, I have witnessed the motivational commitment you each have made as role models for young women leaders. You are inspiring working women who exemplify the simple yet powerful adage, "Be who you needed when you were younger." By participating in this program, you are, with total certainty, embodying the most authentic spirit of the United States and the Netherlands' foreign policies to advance the success of women and girls within all fields. Thank you. To the mentees, you have all already affirmatively displayed your dedication to achievement by applying and committing to wholeheartedly participate within this network. Please know that we are all dedicated to supporting you within each of your unique journeys. I am confident you will continue to break through ever-evolving barriers, both familiar and within the vast unknown future. Together, I genuinely believe we can, as women, young and young at heart, lift one another up and defy humanly created historic challenges. I am deeply encouraged that so many of you share my dedication to human rights, diversity, equity, inclusion, LGBTQ+ rights, politics, diplomacy, and addressing the poisonous traces of racism and discrimination. Diversity comes in both visual and unseen forms. I am personally elated with the diversity assembled here in this room, as each of you bring a different perspective and lived experience. You, all of you, both mentors and mentees, come from many ethnic, religious, cultural, educational, and socioeconomic backgrounds. Some mentees are the first person in their family to attend university. Others have started their own businesses. One mentee is a professional basketball player. Some mentees use their unique perspectives to build bridges within their communities across ethnic and religious spaces. Others are passionate about nutrition or the environment, or both, as one mentee plans to use plant science to create healthy and affordable food. We celebrate the contribution mentor and mentee will make to the rich tapestry of our discussions at the Women's Mentorship Network. And there is something which I would like to address here, something that is not often spoken openly about at women's events, although something that should be shared and discussed, especially with young women. Your greatest support system will be women, friends, family, colleagues, and many others who are authentically wishing you well throughout your wonderful life journey. These women will be cheering you on, only wishing the best for you and propelling you forward with their unconditional support and love. The majority of people in your life will be supportive. That said, there will be times, unfortunately, when people are inexplicably focused on jeopardizing your dreams. When this happens, it hurts, especially when it is a woman purposefully aiming an undeserved bullet at you. It is disheartening, and it is also quite disorienting. Although please be very confident that this behavior is not the norm. Nonetheless, it will be something you very likely may, regrettably, deal with at some point within your life. I want each of you to trust your instinct and trust your internal radar. If something feels disingenuous about someone, please do not doubt yourself. Your intuition will not lead you astray when your internal alarms are vigorously going off. William Shakespeare had brilliant insight to share when he stated, "Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none." Again, I want to emphatically underscore that the vast majority of people are truly wishing you the best, or at the very least, they are not getting in your way. If something challenging does happen to you, please have faith that goodness and honesty will always prevail, even if it takes time to reveal itself within your life. The old adage, "the truth always comes out," is something I deeply believe in and have seen with my own heart and eyes. You should always stand up for yourself, although please do not wade into the mud and reduce yourself down to the behavior of those who are trying to hurt you. Please keep walking on your own path, and certainly do not let the unhelpful distractions affect your positive energy, your diligent work ethic, and your overall pure-hearted behavior. I say all of this from a place of experience. The most difficult, unfair, purposefully unkind, and ultimately unsuccessful attempted malignment of my character were all from the hands of a few people, many of whom I had only met briefly or had no current connection at all. People to whom I had nothing other than the mortal sin in their eyes to be vibrant, joyful, and personify a version of potential which clearly intimidated their deeply insecure and frankly entitled, lazy spirits. I was willing to do the work, and they were not. And then they decided to punish me because I received what they did not themselves earn. While their egregious words and even more shocking behavior temporarily would devastate my heart, I ultimately remembered to not reduce myself to their level and to trust that the universe would reveal the truth over time. And it did. It always did. And it always will. For me and for you. Ladies, please trust in the goodness of the world, and please do not allow the insecurity of others pause or change the course of your bright pathway. I am sorry to even bring this up, although it would be mentor malpractice of me to not be honest with you. I wish someone had told me these things when I was younger. And even if they did not, once I myself matured, I knew that it was a moral duty for me to help guide young women to believe in themselves, always. When things are done from a place of good intent, from your souls, then the universe evens out all the rest. That is a promise. I hope you each had or have had an opportunity to take a look at the painting at the top of the steps in the other room. It is a warrior queen on a horse, wearing a sari, holding a baby on her back, wielding a sword to protect herself and to protect her child. My dear sister friend Simi painted this depiction for me to remind me of my internal strength. Please always have an inner guiding light which illuminates the gentle reminder to your soul and to your brain that you are strong and that you are worthy. I have faced many challenges, like so many others, both here in this room and well beyond these four walls. I am an immigrant to the United States, raised by a single mom in Cincinnati, Ohio, who worked 2 minimum wage jobs to support us. Mummy was a seamstress during the day, and she cut vegetables at the local grocery store in the evenings. Irrespective of my many hardships, too many to name here, I made a conscious decision years ago to pursue an optimistic perspective and exercise industrious practices to define my life. I became attuned very early in childhood to the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion that it continue to motivate and energize me today. That positive outlook, combined with steadfast determination, has led me to becoming the first person of color to serve as a United States ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands. One of the most meaningful blessings within my professional life happened just a few months ago when 7 months ago, when United States Vice President Kamala Devi Harris, who herself is both Indian American and Black American, swore me into this position as my mother held the Bhagavad Gita. I find spiritual inspiration in quotes. As the first female Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, so wisely stated, "It took me quite a long time to develop a voice. And now that I have it, I am not going to be silent. To the incredibly resilient women here tonight, please let us execute upon the wisdom of Secretary Albright's advice and never be silent and never allow others to direct our journeys. That is not their place. That is not their right. It is only yours. And please never forget it. Do not let other humans or society overall dictate your movements, both personally and professionally. Stand in the sunshine of your spirit and honor God's will for you by activating your behavior to display all that you were and are meant to be in life. Please be cognizant that you are each your ancestors' wildest dreams. It is my heartfelt aspiration that my life will inspire others in some small way, especially young women of color, to believe in themselves, to challenge themselves, and most importantly, to lift one another up as they climb. I truly believe, deep within my soul, the values of equity, kindness, authenticity, humility, mentorship, and hard work will carry you through and beyond your deepest held aspirations. Harriet Tubman, who was born a slave, right there, and later escaped, subsequently making 13 missions to rescue approximately 70 enslaved people, thoughtfully stated, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world." Let us honor Harriet Tubman and be radiant dreamers. Thank you for joining us this evening and showing your commitment to Women's Mentorship Network and to each other. By participating in this program, you are absolutely embodying the true spirit of the United States and Netherlands' foreign policies to advance the success of women in all fields. That is why I am so grateful to be co-hosting this program with Pascal, my dear friend and also the Dutch Ambassador for Women's Rights and Gender Equality, to whom I will joyfully give the floor.